This is Tom Huisman. He is the new athletic director up at UBC Okanagan, the Heat. Welcome to Kelowna.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here for sure.
Did you know much? You're coming from Ottawa. Did you know much about Kelowna and UBCO before getting here?
Well, I'm actually a Winnipegger, so I'm a graduate from the University of Manitoba. Now, the UBCO wasn't around then, but ironically, I also worked at the national office for about 15 years, and when UBCO became a member, I was the individual who came out, met with the administrative staff and the coaches at the time, and outlined the rules, regulations, policies, processes that are needed to be an upstanding member in CIS, now U Sports.
Yeah. And fell in love with it, I'm sure.
I remember distinctly, I'm not just saying this, I remember coming home and telling my wife, I says, wow, that's a pretty special place.
Yeah.
And not realizing that, a few moons later, I would be, athletic director here, which is pretty special.
Now you're coming from UBC, or to UBCO, from Carleton University, and a great athletics program. Can you bring some of what you've learned there and instill it here?
Yeah, I think a lot of there's elements of that here for sure. As the women's volleyball team has shown, you can be a championship team here. And sometimes people view the smaller school and even its newness as an impediment. And it's a challenge for sure, but I think a lot of the things that we have in place at Carleton, you can do those things. And it's not just Carleton, it's just that helping build that environment and that atmosphere of winning and getting the right pieces in place. And you can do that anywhere. And Steve Manuel and his crew have obviously done that very well on the women's volleyball side, and see what we can do. And really, we don't need to import much, I think. We got a lot of stuff that's already here. Well, let's get it across the board as much as we can.
Are the Heat still recognized as kind of a baby across UBC or U Sports?
I think so. I think so. That's just from my impression and chatting with people. And then as well, I think they're always, maybe not always, but right now they're still considered the baby brother or baby sister from the Vancouver campus. And so, but for sure, it's newness in terms of being an actual competing university. They're still considered a bit of a new kid on the block.
Is that something that attracted you when you saw the posting and wanted to apply?
There was a lot of things that attracted me, but for sure, and I think for a lot of the sponsors and donors here, I think, and they recognize it too, it still is, a strong foundation is here, but it's still being built, and you really are. It's something special to be in something that is still new or newer, and rather, it's great to be in something that's been a long-standing tradition and all of that. But yeah, the newness of it, the opportunity of it, it's not a blank slate, but it has more of that than, say, a more established history program of universities that are out there.
How long until you feel comfortable, do you think?
I already feel comfortable now.
It's Kelowna.
It's Kelowna, and I've known a number of people. I've known Rob Johnson for years. We worked very closely on a number of projects when I was working at the national office. Lucia, I've known for years, and a number of the coaches I'm familiar with from my national office days. And sport is a wonderful community, and sport at the university level is even better. And so it's the comfort level comes pretty fast. Sure, there's going to be a learning curve, but in terms of feeling comfortable and being at home, like this scholarship breakfast was fantastic, and a great way to again just help get me faster immersed in the community that's Kelowna.
So what's job number one? Once you get here, what's job number one?
Job number one is to learn how things have been operating and how things have been going, what's been working well, what are things that might need some help and some support, and really it's all about just how can we be even better than we are, like how do we get better tomorrow relative to yesterday, and that's it's very kind of trite to say, but that's really what we just want to be able to do, is just how do we continue to get better.
Well, you're moving here at a good time, in May, April, May. The summertime is going to be right around the corner.
I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to that.
Thanks for doing this.
Thank you.
Tom Huisman, he's the new athletic director at UBC Okanagan.